did a bed program just recently and gave families in the Westward beds. This rapper is also a person during COVID, partnered with MJ COVID, and made sure that over 80,000 people were tested here. This rapper is also a person who gave 1,000 cases, not 1,000 bottles, 1,000 cases of water during our city's time of need with the water crisis. I'm just a rapper. This rapper has also started 211 Community Impact, a non-profit organization where I went into my pocket. See, when I was 18, I got a lot of money from rapping around the world. But what they didn't tell me is that since my family didn't come from money, we came from right here in Newark, New Jersey, all parts, that money didn't come with instructions. So I had to learn, I had to figure it out. And as I figured it out, I started to fall in love with more of what my mentors was telling me about my city. See, every time I went on TV or every time I went on any press, I talked about Newark. I wear Newark on my hats. I wear Newark on my shirts. I promoted Newark to so many people around the world to let them know that this is the place, that the thing that you love, this is the place that it comes from. But my manager said to me, he said, you can't take from something and don't get back to it. That's right. So I started 211 Community Impact. And I didn't want to be that guy who said, well, Ras Baraka doesn't do this, or this director doesn't do this, or why they not doing this? I just started to do what I felt like there was a gap and it needed to be done. And lo and behold, you guys, the Westward, the people agreed with me and said, you know what, we got an issue over here. Mr. Dupre, can you speak for us over here? Sure, what's the problem? See, I don't just talk about what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna do that type of politics because, and I know my team probably kill me right now because I used to say, you know, I'm not a politician. I'm a public servant. But I'm learning. I'd rather serve the public. I'd rather serve the people because that's what it's about anyway, right? So I didn't need a title. I didn't need a title to serve the people. I just did it. But I think people forgot. When I got into politics, all of a sudden they started to attack me like I wasn't the same person who was there for their families and there for their blocks and there for their communities. They forgot that I was doing clean up the block programs before it became popular. They forgot that I was in the neighborhood knocking on doors just recently with code enforcement, making sure that families were benefited. They forgot because I'm only a rapper. So let them tell you that. Tell them, yeah, he's a rapper, but he's what a rapper looks like grown up. Let them know that. Now, I want to have many conversations with you guys, and we will. This is a long campaign. I didn't do this in the beginning. Like I said, I'm still learning, but I just want to thank some people that are in the house. I want to thank people that came from the county. I want to thank the G Club. I want to thank all of the council people that are here, all of the dignitaries. I want to thank our congressmen. You know, our mayor, Ras J. Baraka, believed in me before. I mean, I've known Raz and Mitty and them for God. I love what you're doing. And I just want to say thank you, Congressman. I want to say thank you to Mamie. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. You know, and a lot of times since I pound my dogs, as we say on this pavement, the street soldiers, they don't get enough credit. I want to thank Team Baraka. I want to thank Team Do It All. Because without you guys doing the work with me in the community, the work wouldn't have gotten done. You have to thank them. You see, I said without them, the work wouldn't have gotten done. We have to be in this together. I'm not this person that's going to get in that council seat. And I don't want you to expect everything from me because I'm not Superman. Just because I get a title or just because we have a seat, I am not Superman. But with you guys adding all your superpowers to my superpowers, then we become a super team. Then we can start doing those real things that need to be done. Then we can start talking about the speeding through the blocks. Then we can start talking about road improvements. Then we can talk about, I know you guys want to talk about police reform. We can start talking about that, but not right now. I'm not here for that right now, but I agree with you. We can talk about community equity. Yes, I agree. But I need you guys. And I don't need you just to vote. I need you to vote, but I don't need you just to vote. See, if you was part of Newark, New Jersey, and I know some of the elders and the seniors can relate, if you're part of Newark, New Jersey, doing its demise, doing its struggle, doing its downside, don't you want to be part of its renaissance? Don't you want to be part of it moving forward? Don't you want to be part of Newark moving forward? You know, it's like being in a relationship. You're in a relationship with a man or a woman, and then you break up, and all of a sudden they have all of the success. And you like, man, I made her, or I was with him, or man, look, I seen some ladies already. She's You want to be part of the success. You want to be part of the movement. But I need you guys together with me. I need you guys together with me. My young people out there, I need you guys to change your mindset, but we're going to help you with that.
But everybody
we're going to supply programs and create initiatives and re-explore re-existing programs that you're not paying attention to help to activate those things again. Because if we get our young people activated, then we need our young people to come in and bridge the gap with our elders. Our elders are important. I just turned 50 in January. And me turning 50 made me think a little bit, even though my mother said, you're still a young buck. You know, she tells me all the time she was from Newark before I was from Newark. You know, but turning 50 made me think about, I have more days behind me than in front of me. So I want you elders to know that all of the days that you have in front of you, if you, together with me, do the things that we need to do to carry the Westward forward, to carry Newark forward, then I'm going to make sure that the quality of life for you is amazing. And that's what it is. We have to revitalize our Westward. I came up and down South Orange Avenue all my life. All my life. South Orange Avenue is one of the main veins of the Westward. And if we don't make South Orange Avenue look as it could look, we know how it could look because we have small businesses already starting to do it. We got a Quaba gallery down on South Orange Avenue that looks amazing. But we need to do it together. We can't do it if we don't do it together. We have to do it together. Like I said to you guys, I'm not going to come up here and give you the typical campaign rhetoric that you hear every year at this time. See, I'm not a guy who shows up during just campaign season, and I have receipts for that. Ms. Bodine can tell you how I broke turkeys to you guys in November. Maybe you didn't know it came from me because I didn't need the accolades. We do those type of things. We don't need the accolades. We just put in the work. We put in the work and make sure that it gets done. We about that action. Team Do It All, Team Baraka. Team Baraka. I know people already say they mad at me. They mad at me because I'm on Team Baraka now. Who wouldn't want to be on a winning team? Who wouldn't want to get things done? Who wouldn't want to push things forward? Newark forward, y'all. That's not just a campaign slogan. That's reality. Newark forward. And when you hear people say do it all for Newark, that's not just my nickname. That's actually something that if you love your city, you should be able to change it. Because when people love their city, they treat it differently. When you love something, you treat it differently, right? When you love something, when you love that lady, you probably bringing her flowers. You know, you kissing her when you walk in the house. Ladies, you do the same thing for your man when you love him. Ladies, you probably even do more when you love him, because I seen the strength of the love of a woman. We can change things. But first we gotta love it. Because when you love it, you don't throw rappers out of the window. You don't throw things on the ground. You respect your elders. When I was coming up, if I said anything disrespectful to my elders, I probably would have got popped in the head by that elder. And then she would take me to my mama and tell her what I did, and I get popped in the head again. We ain't doing enough popping in the head in the Westward. In all reality, you know, I went to Newark Tech High School, you know, 13th Avenue. I am the Westward. I am not an implant. I am the Westward. If you don't know me, once again, my name is Dupre Kelly. Born 16th Street, 14th Avenue. I am the Westward. Played baseball in all of these parks in Bellsburg Park. I probably did everything known to man in Bellsburg Park. But I want you to understand something, Scenes. The things that you want, I want too. Quality of life. I want it to be safe for you when you be able to walk outside. I want you to be able to walk the South Orange Avenue corridor and go into a store and not have any problems. I want the people on South Orange Avenue to make sure that you're safe, so then they become your security. But we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. But we're going to get it done. See, I also believe, you know, with Lords of the Underground, I sold millions of records. And it afforded me and allowed me to travel the world. But see, what they don't tell you about this rapper too is that I went to one of the best HBCUs in the country. Well, some people that went to HBCU might not agree, but I went to the great, the almighty Shaw University in Raleigh, North Carolina. So what they didn't tell you about this rapper is that this rapper is college educated too. They didn't tell you that part though, right? They didn't tell you that I pledged one of the greatest fraternities that man has ever pledged, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. One name! They didn't tell you that. They didn't tell you that. That's where I learned my manly deeds from. That's where I learned what brotherhood was. They just gonna tell you that I'm a rapper, and they not. But I'm also a Newarker. I'm also a Westward Newarker. I didn't come